Commander Jake Morrison stood before the Galactic Council, his uniform still bearing scorch marks from the battle that had saved their precious trade routes. The towering alien dignitaries looked down at him with what he assumed was approval, though reading their expressions remained impossible after 3 years of diplomatic service. Human Morrison, the lead counselor's voice resonated through the chamber's translation matrix. Your actions against the Void Raiders have earned our gratitude. As is tradition, you may choose your reward from our offerings. Jake nodded respectfully. He had heard of this custom. Heroes were granted anything from advanced technology to territorial rights. His mind raced with possibilities. Perhaps a ship upgrade for his crew, or access to the restricted knowledge archives. However, the counselor continued, we have already selected something appropriate for your service level. Jake's stomach dropped. Service level. That was diplomatic speak for lower than us. 2 guards escorted a small figure into the chamber. Jake's eyes widened as he saw her, barely 5 feet tall, with pale blue skin and silver hair that seemed to shimmer in the artificial light. Her species was unfamiliar to him, and she kept her gaze fixed firmly on the floor. This is Lyra of the Nexari people, the counselor announced. She will serve as your companion and aid. Her people are known for their docile nature and basic technical skills. Jake felt heat rise in his face. They were giving him a person, a living being as if she were property. But protocol demanded he accept graciously, and causing an incident would hurt human-alien relations. I am honored by your gift, he managed, though the words tasted bitter. Lyra finally looked up, and Jake was struck by her eyes, deep violet, filled with intelligence that contradicted everything the counselor had said about her people being basic. She gave him the slightest nod before looking away again. Back aboard his ship, the Defiant, Jake's crew gathered in the mess hall. Lieutenant Tom Williams whistled low as Lyra entered behind Jake. Well, Captain, looks like the council thinks highly of you after all, Tom said with a grin. She's not a prize, Tom, Jake snapped. She's a person. Lyra remained silent during the introductions, speaking only when directly addressed and always in barely audible tones. The crew seemed disappointed by her apparent meekness, having expected someone more impressive as their captain's reward. Over the following weeks, Jake tried to make Lyra comfortable. He assigned her quarters next to his own and encouraged her to explore the ship freely. She spent most of her time in the engineering section, claiming she found the engine sounds soothing. Chief Engineer Rodriguez reported that Lyra often asked detailed questions about their systems, displaying knowledge that surprised him. She understands quantum mechanics better than most of my trained staff, he told Jake privately. Then why does she act so timid around everyone else? Jake wondered aloud. Maybe she's just careful. Rodriguez suggested. Jake began to notice other things about Lyra. Her reflexes were lightning fast when she thought no one was watching. During a turbulence incident, she had steadied a falling tool rack with one hand while barely looking up from her datapad. When questioned, she claimed it was just luck. The truth revealed itself 3 months later when the Void Raiders returned in force. The Defiant was outnumbered 5-1, their shields failing under concentrated fire. Jake ordered all non-essential personnel to the escape pods, but Lyra refused to leave the bridge. Captain, she said, her voice stronger than he had ever heard it. Permission to assist. Lyra, get to the escape pods now, Jake commanded as another blast rocked the ship. Sir, I can help, she insisted, moving toward the tactical station. Before Jake could stop her, Lyra's hands flew across the controls with impossible speed. The ship's weapon systems responded instantly, firing with precision that made their gunner's jaw drop. 3 enemy ships exploded in rapid succession. How did you? Jake began, but Lyra cut him off. Captain, we need to retreat to grid section 7 Alpha, she said, her timid demeanor completely gone. There's a gravitational anomaly there that we can use. Jake stared at her. How do you know about gravitational anomalies in this sector? Lyra met his gaze directly for the first time since coming aboard. Because I mapped them. All of them. The Nexari aren't weak, Captain. We're strategists. We survive by being underestimated. Understanding dawned on Jake's face. The Council didn't give me a servant. They gave me a weapon. They gave you an ally, Lyra corrected, returning to the controls. The question is whether you'll use me as one. Jake nodded grimly. Tom, follow Lyra's navigation. Rodriguez, give her full access to engineering controls. What followed was the most masterful piece of space combat Jake had ever witnessed. Lyra orchestrated their retreat through the anomaly field, using gravitational shifts to slingshot them around enemy formations while maintaining perfect firing solutions. She predicted enemy movements with uncanny accuracy, countering every tactic they attempted. Within 20 minutes, the remaining Void Raider ships were fleeing, their formation shattered. Damage report, Jake called out, still staring at Lyra. In amazement. Minimal hull damage, shields at 60%, came the reply. Jake approached Lyra as she finally stepped back from the controls. Who are you really? She smiled, the first genuine smile he had seen from her. I'm exactly who they said I was. A Nexari. We've been the Galactic Council's secret strategists for 2 centuries, Captain. They place us with promising commanders to observe and occasionally assist. So this was all a test? No, Lyra said seriously. Your actions saved those trade routes because you believed it was right, not for reward. My assignment was to determine if humans could be trusted with greater responsibilities in the galactic community. Jake felt a chill. And your conclusion? That depends, Lyra said, tilting her head. Are you going to report to the Council that their weak gift single-handedly won this battle? Or are you going to tell them that Captain Morrison and his crew worked together to overcome impossible odds? Jake considered this carefully. He could expose Lyra's deception, potentially earning recognition for uncovering Nexari secrets. Or he could protect her people's anonymity while building a true partnership. I think, Jake said slowly, that the official report will show exceptional teamwork from my entire crew, including our newest member, who proved invaluable in engineering support. Lyra's smile widened. Then I believe my people will be very interested in a long-term alliance with humanity, Captain. As Jake looked around his bridge at his crew, humans and now one Nexari working together, he realized that sometimes the greatest rewards came not from what others gave you, but from what you chose to build together. The Defiant set course for home, carrying with it the foundation of an alliance that would reshape the galaxy.